Hello from Suffolk, England, where it's cloudy and cool again today, with a glimpse of sun forecast at the very end of the day. By this shall all men know that ye are my disciples, if ye have love one to another. John chapter 13, verse 35. It's Tuesday, the 14th of April, in the year of our Lord 2020, and it's time for a dose of civilised calm to start your day. This is Mark's Almanac, your regular respite from the madness of World War V, recorded in the peace of the English countryside. Trees, fields, sunsets, rivers, breezes, and the like must all be enjoyed at leisure, if enjoyed at all. There is not the slightest use in a man's paying a hurried visit to the country, for quiet is the great characteristic and the great charm of country scenes, and you cannot see or feel quiet when you are not quiet yourself. That's from The Recreations of a Country Parson by the 19th century Scottish author Andrew Kennedy Hutchison Bond, originally published in Fraser's magazine. On this day in 1827, Augustus Pitt Rivers was born in Wetherby, Yorkshire. He moved archaeology in Britain from treasure hunting to a scientific discipline that recorded and found meaning even in apparently everyday objects. Also on this day, 70 years ago, the first issue of the Eagle comic was published. The brainchild of Marcus Morris, an Anglican vicar from Preston, Lancashire, it was designed to instill Christian values and counter the influence of exploitative horror comics of the day. Dan Dare, Pilot of the Future, in early drafts a spacefaring military chaplain, was a huge hit. The author Arthur C. Clarke oversaw the scientific accuracy and plotting for the first 6 months. The first issue alone sold 900,000 copies, and the Eagle ran until 1969, before a revival from 1982 to 1994. Here's a poem by Robert Frost. The Tuft of Flowers. I went to turn the grass once after one who mowed it in the dew before the sun. The dew was gone that made his blade so keen before I came to view the levelled scene. I looked for him behind an aisle of trees. I listened for his whetstone on the breeze, but he had gone his way, the grass all mown, and I must be as he had been, alone. As all must be, I said within my heart, whether they work together or apart. But as I said it, swift there passed me by on noiseless wing a wildered butterfly, seeking with memories grown dim o'ernight some resting flower of yesterday's delight. And once I marked his flight go round and round, as where some flower lay withering on the ground. And then he flew as far as eye could see, and then on tremulous wing came back to me. I thought of questions that have no reply, and would have turned to toss the grass to dry. But he turned first, and led my eye to look at a tall tuft of flowers beside a brook. A leaping tongue of bloom the scythe had spared, beside a reedy brook the scythe had bared. I left my place to know them by their name, finding them butterfly weed when I came. The mower in the dew had loved them thus, by leaving them to flourish not for us, nor yet to draw one thought of ours to him, but from sheer morning gladness at the brim. The butterfly and I had lit upon, nevertheless, a message from the dawn, that made me hear the wakening birds around, and hear his long scythe whispering to the ground, and feel a spirit kindred to my own, so that henceforth I worked no more alone, but glad with him I worked as with his aid, and weary sought at noon with him the shade, and dreaming, as it were, held brotherly speech with one whose thought I had not hoped to reach. Men work together, I told him from the heart. whether they work together or apart. That's almost all for today. If you need some music to wake up to, try Does Your Chewing Gum Lose Its Flavour on the Bedpost Overnight. Can you catch it on your tonsils? Can you heave it left and right? Until tomorrow, stay civilised, keep calm, and please keep washing your hands. Have a lovely day.